Good morning. So, with the economy and everything going as bad as it is, and about to get a lot worse, we're always looking for ways that we can save money. And so chicken feed has gone up like $3 for a 50-pound bag or 40-pound bag. And I've been looking online, just kind of seeing like how to stretch things out. And fermentation is one of the things that seems to work really well for some people. And so what it is it's just taking scratch grains that have like millet, wheat, cracked corn, and as they're hard, and the chickens can't get all the nutrients out of them. They get very little out of them actually, and they can't really access the proteins and stuff they need, which is why you usually have to feed chickens like laying pellets that have extra protein and nutrients added to them, in addition to scratch grains. Scratch grains is what they really want to eat, but most people just give like 10% of that to them and don't let them have any more. But the thing is scratch grains are really cheap. You know, it's like 10, 11 bucks for a bag that'll last quite a while. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through a process I'm going to show you. So what we have here is I put them all in this. There's a little bit of pellets in here. Those are the egg-laying pellets. And the chickens hate them. They don't really like to eat them. But if you get them weaned off of the scratch grains, they'll eventually start eating them. But what we're going to do is I just had some of this in the top. Underneath is all the scratch grains. And we're just going to put those in a bucket, which I've done here. And then I'm just going to add some water. So I did about I don't know, 5 scoops, about, 6, 7, 8 cups. And then we mix some water in there, and that's gonna ferment. It's like making a beer out of the chicken feed. It's already kind of soft actually, and I just did that this morning. So it will swell up, they'll start to soften up, the nutrients inside will start to release, and all of the enzymes and stuff from the fermentation process will be in the water. So we'll soak this for 24 hours. And we have a bucket marked bucket 1 for soaking. We have bucket 2 is the next day. I'll take this and I'll pour it in here. I already poured some in here just because I wasn't thinking when I woke up this morning. But this would be empty. We would put this in tomorrow morning, put this bucket in here, and then we would start this bucket again in the morning. And then the second day, we would take this bucket and we would put it in here, which has some holes drilled in the bottom. And this is the drain bucket. So this is bucket 3 drain. Once it's drained out the bottom, we dump it to the chickens. Now with this process, you don't have to feed them as much. So I'm feeding them every morning. I'm feeding them about 5 of these. And then we let them out, and they run all over the yard, and they eat the stuff. They go out there in the field, they eat grasshoppers. They're getting a good diet. They're eating the green grass under the trees. They're eating the grasshoppers. They go into the cornfield and eat some of that. So they don't really need protein supplements of this layer pellet anymore. So that's why we're going to go with this process. We're going to keep cycling these through every day and feeding them. We should be able to feed them about 4 of these in the morning, I'm thinking. Just 4 scoops, but it'll be swelled up. So 4 of this through the fermentation process is going to end up being probably almost double that by the time it swells up. And what I'm seeing online through the homesteading family and stuff like that is that this will swell up in 24 hours, and you can let it sit for 48. You can let it sit for more than that. You just got to make sure you keep the water above the grains so that they're constantly soaked in water. And another trick is that they'll take some of this water when they go start a new bucket that has the fermentation juice already in it, the enzymes. They'll dump a little bit of that to jumpstart the first bucket again, and they just keep going. So that's what we're going to try, and we're going to see how it goes, and hopefully we'll have chickens filling up on less feed and getting more out of it. And that's the goal. Try to get more out of less and save some money and not have to buy layer pellets anymore. we may still have to, you know, we'll see how it goes. But I mean, look around. These chickens have all this property that they can go out on. Clear out there behind me. They can go as far as they want, and they do, and they eat a lot. So that's what we're gonna try. And I posted a video about the nest boxes, and it looks like they're working. They're busy gossiping about what they're gonna do, but I don't see any eggs yet, so I think they're just gossiping. They were laying in here, right here in this corner, which is terrible. They were laying right there in that corner, and I filled it up with some wood and stuff, try to discourage them from going back there. And then we caught them over here, and then we caught them over there in the bushes. So it looks like they're starting to admire this real estate and catch on. So we'll keep you apprised. Anyway, that's the plan. Gonna try to save some money. We'll see how it goes.